you know me. Because you whisper, do as I need, cause I'm on what the hell to say about this week. That's a free roll, that's how we roll. Trying to get to you is like missing a free throw. Ain't one business, questions and difference. Shut your mouth and step off my business.
Going on, Aces Axes fans? We've got Judah here on the couch today, all the way from Rochester, New York, so not too far from us, but a little bit of a trip. Luckily, the rain has stopped. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful night, so we get to enjoy these guys up on stage. This is the first time I've got to see you guys live. I'm very excited. Welcome to Funk and Waffles and everything. Enjoying the awesome, cool new backstage area that we got here, so welcome to the couch. Anthony, we were talking a little bit and everything like that. I was hoping you could just give us a quick little, where the band came from. Besides, obviously, the city of Rochester.
So, Q, when did we start playing together, dude? It was like 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was like early 2019.
Okay. So, Q and I originally started jamming together. And we've had like a couple different kind of band configurations.
I'm gonna guess high school age then when you guys were jamming?
Yeah,
okay.
I would have been like 14 or 15. You were like what?
I was like 12.
You were 8 or
wow,
something?
okay, I'm dating myself. So okay, very cool. Okay, awesome.
But we started jamming together. Originally we had a different bass player, and we had another guitar player for a while. We've kind of been through a couple different band configurations over the years.
Right. But the two of you have jammed for that.
Yeah,
that
we've been the constant.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
For sure. Jackson, when did you join?
Like 2 or 3 years ago, probably.
Okay.
I was a junior in high school.
Okay. And then, John, you just joined like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Word. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this configuration, we've been doing this since you've been in it, so about a year and a half we've been jamming as a group. And I think this is my favorite configuration of the band this far.
Yeah, you guys are fantastic. So I get to pick all of these projects I do. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, a band's here Friday, so I have to do it. So the first thing I saw was the visual, as I was saying. I was like, oh, you use the guitar for the middle of the picture. So I was like, obviously I don't want to be down, but you guys, I thought you guys were more my age when I first heard the band, and I was so surprised to see you guys were a bunch of young cats and everything, kind of bringing out, I don't want to say classic rock because I don't want to be, that guy and everything like that, but you guys have some old souls, it sounds like, and everything like that. Does that come from parents rocking out music and that's just kind of what you gravitated towards? Where exactly do your influences come from?
Well, at least I can speak for myself. I guess I kind of discovered a lot of this stuff on my own.
Awesome.
Really, my parents were always listening to cooler music for sure, but I just remember they were pretty much, most of the stuff I was hearing was just pop stuff on the radio, and I kind of, as I got older and as I got more into guitar and stuff, that kind of getting into the guitar kind of led me into
what was the band that got you into playing guitar? Was there a band and you were just like, oh crap, maybe I want to try that?
Dude, it was honestly, and I don't really play this type of music ever, but Weezer.
Awesome. You got a blue guitar, so the blue album, so look at that. So
Weezer, I love
perfect.
Weezer,
Yeah, that checks it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, Weezer's fantastic. I like the first two albums. I'm one of those Blue Album and Pinkerton guys, and I don't necessarily. Yeah, Pinkerton. It has one of the best drum sounds on it, in my opinion, because it's kind of when before they started using drum samples, and it literally like you can hear just a guy beating the crap out of drums in the room. So I love Pinkerton. So
I like that it's kind of shitty sounding, but good.
Right. I love the sound of a group of people in a room. That's why I dig that you guys put up the live album on Spotify, because it has that kind of like, oh, this is what we sound like. This isn't a bunch of mixing. It's not a bunch of mastering. It's not a bunch of, oh, we pieced 10 solos together and look what I can do. It's like, no, bunch of dudes in a sweaty room just playing some rock and roll.
It was sweaty for sure.
Yeah, fantastic. It's getting a little hot in here. We had to turn the fan off, so had to throw that in. So, but that's awesome, and that conveys in your guys' music the simplicity of your pedal board, the not necessarily worrying about making 1,000 sounds sound good, but making one sound amazing, which is a lot harder to do. So big ups to you guys for that and everything like that. Awesome. So while we're talking guitar, you have, as we were talking blue, this beautiful blue Squire Strat in front of us, matching headstock. If you guys watch my guitar videos, I have a lot of stuff with matching headstock. I think it's very classy. So is that an upgraded humbucker in the bridge?
No, dude. This guitar is completely stock. I got this one from my buddy. I was borrowing it for a while, and I'm still borrowing it, but I'm probably just going to buy it from him because I like it a lot.
Yeah.
These guys will know, they always bust my balls about it, but I've had like probably 30 different guitars.
No, it's encouraging. Tell them to get more.
Dude, I'm always
more.
like, dude, this is the one. I'm telling you, this is my favorite guitar ever.
Right.
It's gone. Sell it like 2 months later.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It's a guitar player
It's
thing.
a serious issue.
Yeah. I have 20 at this point, and it's like I had like 9 Ernie balls, sold every single one, so I know the trials and tribulations of it, but it's a fun road to go down. So we were talking about pedal boards and everything like that, how it's kind of the same thing. You've gone from small to ginormous, and you are back to very simple, simplistic, but it works. Why did you go with the JHS Boss Angry Driver? Is there a reason you picked that overdrive distortion out of any of the other ones that you had?
So I had one before, like a couple of years ago, and I really liked the sound of it, but I ended up selling it and getting something else just because I wanted to try something new.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
And I was using a different overdrive for a while, but a couple months ago the switch broke on it, and I was like, oh shit, this is not good. It doesn't work, which sucks. So I went and I just needed one quick, so I literally went to the House of Guitars, and I saw that they had an Angry Driver, and I was like, oh, I know that works, so I'll just buy it, and that's what I've been using. So.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And I love when you're just like, there's not necessarily a reason, but I'm going to make this one work for what I'm doing. And it's the whole Tom Morello thing. He's used the same half stack since like his very first practice with Raging Against the Machine, and used it for everything. He's like, well, this is what I have, so I'm going to make it work. So big ups to you on that. I did notice you use a mini Crybaby. Is there a reason you use that versus a full size?
I prefer the small one, actually. I think it's easier, like, because sometimes I want to do like real fast wah stuff. I think it's it's a little smaller. It's a little easier to move it up and down.
Works for you.
And it fits nice in the gig bag. So.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's all about what works for you and everything like that. So that's why we're here to find out all that kind of stuff. You plug into one of those awesome Fender Tonemaster Deluxes. We were saying you absolutely love how nice lightweight, consistency, and everything like that.
Yeah.
How long have you owned that amplifier?
So I bought that for myself as a little Christmas gift, most recent Christmas. Because I had always wanted like a Fender Deluxe reverb or a twin reverb, kind of blackface style amp. And I didn't necessarily want to get a tube. I mean, I should say I did want a tube amp, but the Tonemaster being so light and being just a lot more practical kind of made me get it, and it still sounds killer.
Oh, it sounds fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
and it works with pedals and everything like that, and you don't have to worry about if you're on a noisy stage and everything like that. So
still be way too loud, which is what I like. So
right, yeah, being loud is always. first string instrument we got down here is Jackson. Jackson, we were talking a little bit how you started on the cello, moved to the bass and everything like that, because I was going to say you almost run your bass lines, you don't walk. So you've had lots and lots of experience as a bass player, cello and everything like that. Please tell us, if you don't mind, it's a little bit out of frame, if you don't mind holding this, what is going on with this? Because it looks custom in every way as far as I can tell. So tell me the story about what your bass is all about.
Well, I just bought this a couple months ago off Facebook Marketplace.
Awesome.
I love Facebook Marketplace, and I love bass, so it was a perfect match.
Fantastic.
This is a 80s, I think it's 80s like Korean Fender body. Someone stripped all the paint off and stained it. New pick guard and all that. And then it has like an upgraded neck from one of those like, I don't know, like All Parts or something like that. So no logo or anything like that, but it's got the original tuners and upgraded pickups and all that. The guy I bought it from did all this, and he was just getting rid of it to fund some other bass thing. So I kind of just bought it how it looks, and I just liked how it sounded and liked how it looked, and because it's kind of like
it's subdued.
Yeah, I like how it's like all brown, which is kind of.
It matches like a double bass or something like that, so it
sure,
totally matches your style and everything like that. So
yeah, and I used to, for a while, I hadn't played a 4-string since probably like 2019, because I bought a 5-string Carvin neck through bass right around then. I've been playing that 5-string for a while, and then I bought a 5-string fretless Carvin, and I was playing that for a while. Really fun. And then I found this, and I think it works with our sound. Cause it's got,
I like that bass.
Yeah, it's got the round wound, it's got that funk sound to it, and it's a 4-string, classic.
Yep, it's funny, we bring up Carvin almost every episode because somebody has bought and Carvin stuff for inexpensive. I have a bunch of Carvin stuff inexpensive and such good quality and everything like that. But I could understand in that band maybe the whole active neck through sound maybe not necessarily being what would work with this and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's true. But yeah, I love Carvin. I don't know why they're so cheap, but I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, exactly. You don't use any pedals, right? I didn't see anything.
No. I mean, I used to use like a wah pedal, but the power cord broke, so I just stopped using it. Yeah. And I don't really use that like 3 times. I just always brought it on stage, and I was like, I don't need this.
We bring up broken wah pedals. This is the 3rd episode, I believe, out of 7 that we've broken up broken wah pedals. So somebody's got to figure out something. I like the Morley ones because then at least you don't have to step on it to engage it also, so one less step and everything on it. The Ampeg Rocket Bass that you have, how long have you used that?
I bought that. I had an acoustic bass amp for a while, but I dropped it. And it speaker blew, so I needed a new amp. So I bought that Ampeg like probably 2 or 3 years ago. It was probably right around when I joined this band. And the acoustic the amp I had was so heavy, so I wanted something that was a lot lighter. And this one was definitely a lot lighter, and I've had almost no issues with it. The tweeter broke, but I glued it back, so that's fixed.
Dude, so much of your shit is great.
No, but all you gotta do is fix it, and then it's good to go, But I really like that bass amp. It's 500 watts, and so it's more than enough power, and sounds good on the double bass too. So it's great.
So with no pedals, do you ever do you ride your tone knob at all, or are you just all the way up, all the way, and let your fingers kind of control?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I don't really mess with the tone knob whatsoever. I just kind of set it in the middle and just leave it at that. And I just let my fingers kind of do all the tone stuff.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Well, Jackson, thank you for taking some minutes to tell us all about your gear. We're going to go on to Quentin next, right next to him, who has a beautiful looking D-drum kit that is wrapped in zebra wood. Haven't remembered seeing too many drums that are wrapped in it. There's a bunch of Kiesels, exotic Ibanez acoustics and everything with zebra wood, but I don't recall seeing a lot of drums. Can you tell us the story about how you got the drum kit?
Yeah, I saw it on like Facebook Marketplace.
Look at that! Love this!
Yes, sponsor us. Sponsor us, please.
That would be Facebook Marketplace would be a fantastic. Screw Zildjian.
We need Marketplace. I was looking for a drum kit because at the time I was playing a Pearl Export, which was nice, but I just wanted something a little nicer, and that wrap caught my eye.
Yeah.
It was like practically brand new, so
Awesome.
bought it.
Was it in Rochester? Or did you have to drive far to get it?
Oh no, I bought it from somebody in Texas.
Oh, sweet. So you had to hope that they packed it up good and everything,
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I was a little worried for a couple of days while I was in the mail, but when it came in, it was all good.
Yeah, that's awesome. You have the custom Judah wrap on the front drum head. You were saying that was a local company in Rochester. What was
Yeah.
the name of that company?
Hide the Bodies.
Hide the Bot. Very cool. Maybe not the most positive name, but definitely an awesome song. Do they do stickers, t-shirts, all that kind of
They
stuff?
do all of our merch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Big ups to them. So we want to definitely always try to support local businesses and everything like that. So please check out their website for, some band merch and everything like that. That's awesome. Notice you have a bunch of Zildjian cymbals and then one Meinl. Is there a reason you use that particular Meinl one? Just kind of something you have laying around and it works for you?
I saw like a YouTube video of, I can't remember who it was, but I just heard that ride and I was like, man, that's a beautiful ride.
That's why we're here to put
And,
Beautiful,
It's a
right?
beautiful ride. And all my cymbals I bought in person besides that one, I bought that from Sweetwater.
Mm-hmm.
And usually like you want to like know exactly like what cymbal you're buying.
Definitely.
But thankfully I bought that.
It's a beautiful ride.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ride.
Beautiful ride.
Drive
yes.
up there is a beautiful ride.
It was a nice ride.
I gotta get my second.
Yeah.
What size are the drums? I forgot to ask. And do you know what size they are by chance?
I don't know how deep the kick is, but I know it's 22-inch, like a round, and then snare is 14, high tom is 12, and floor tom is 14. I also have a 10-inch high tom and a 16-inch floor tom, but
Oh shit.
I just like to use the 2 toms because the setup is a lot easier, and I just don't really find myself using the other 2.
And it sounds super boomy, how he was saying, where he was like, does anybody need drums in the mix? And everybody's like, no, like that thing filled the room. I mean, we didn't have people in there, so obviously it's going to change a little bit when we get some bodies in there, but that thing is very, very punchy sounding. So it goes along with the whole classic rock, just 4 on the floor and just beat them and everything like that. So
Yeah.
fantastic, man. Who are your drum? You got a couple of drum icons where you're like, those were the guys where I started playing drums because of, particular people or particular bands or.
I mean, when I was little, I loved Slipknot, so like Slipknot was my guy.
Yeah.
But like now, I look at like Steve Gadd
Mm-hmm.
and Larnell Lewis, Lenny White.
Okay.
Those are the kind of guys that I like really look up to.
Yeah.
Chris Dave too. Those are my favorites now.
Awesome. I got the first Slipknot CD came out when I was a junior in high school, and I almost got kicked out for writing some of the lyrics in an agenda book. So yeah, they hold a special place in my heart and everything like that. So, well, awesome, dude. Thank you so much for taking some time and letting us know all about your gear and everything like that.
Thank you.
And least, we've got John down here at the end, and John has one of the coolest looking keyboard synthesizers that I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's got a tube in it, which I didn't even realize until I started taking pictures of it, but I said it looked like I love George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic, and it almost looked like something you would see on their stage where it's like, oh, you've got the mothership, and then you've got a little side guy over here, and they actually said, he was letting me know that you referred to it almost as that, so I was like, awesome, we're getting the same vibe and everything like that. So, tell me all about that keyboard, because I'd love to know more about the Korg.
Yeah, well, the story is I was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace.
That 3-in-1 video, this is fantastic.
There's a local shop in Rochester called Sound Source.
Okay.
I like to go there a lot. They sell a lot of cool thrift gear.
Everybody should go there.
Everybody in
It's a good
Rochester,
store.
even if you're passing through, stop by Sound Source. But yeah, I saw it and I thought that exact same thing actually. I was like, this looks incredible. It was obviously the nice red and the rounded back. Like it looked like something that would be...
Yeah, the roundness of it. I was like,
Right.
you do not see that often. It almost looked like a guitar, I guess, in the way that it was shaped and everything. So maybe that's why I was like, ooh, sexy.
Yeah, exactly. So multiple reasons why I wanted that board. The look was one of them, but as soon as I turned it on, the sound... The first thing I thought of was Herbie Hancock.
Awesome.
Because he plays obviously the Fender Rhodes. So it sounded so similar to that, and the tone was amazing, and obviously the aesthetics and the light behind the freaking tube, man. I mean,
Right.
how could you not?
Exactly.
It was $900, and they talked me into it,
Nice.
and I slapped it down that day, cold hard cash.
That's awesome.
Like a
Yeah.
gangster, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some crazy Herbie Hancock stuff. There was 1 or 2 nights where I was digging into some of it, and it was almost like I don't think I was ready for it kind of thing.
Brother,
There's some crazy stuff going on.
I was up till 2:30 last night watching some of his stuff. And I'm not lying, it just kept playing. There was all these, he was doing like these orchestral stuff.
hmm
He's an incredible player.
Yeah.
Incredible player.
I've been getting into Buckethead a lot lately. I actually love watching Buckethead, and he does a lot of the kill switch stuff and like while dancing and like, dude, I mean, he's like 6'7", just like, I love music. I love how it brings out all of these crazy people, and it gives us somewhere to be, allows us to be crazy at everything like that. So
For sure.
I just love music, so I try to bring that up and everything like that. But it brings people smiles, it brings people together, and laughter, and the world needs more of it. So we always try to say, if you have kids and they show any interest in music, look at how young these guys are, and bonds and everything like that. So if your kids show any interest, buy musical gear, get them into it, and everything like that. The Nord Electro 6D, do you use that for completely different sounds than the Korg? One's patches and one's more pads, or how exactly do you use it differently?
So similar to the thing you've seen going with the band, I like to keep it real simple. So I have that Rhodes sound down low on the Korg. And then another one of my big influences is Corey Henry.
Okay.
And I grew up in the church of the B3 organ.
Right.
You know, you can't get anything like it. So I use the Nord for the organ sound because it's got the drawbars.
Mm-hmm.
That one I got on reverb, actually. So similar.
Yep.
Similar, but just not as cool as Facebook Marketplace.
I remember when you bought that. You were like, guys, should I buy this? And we were like, yeah.
And they all said yes.
Well, we talked about it with the guys on Pop Culture. He uses a Nord also. I believe it's a different model. But it's one of those keyboards synthesizers where you see it on stage and you're like, oh, this band is not messing around. They are treating this as a true art form. It's one of the, at least in my opinion, you're just like, oh, these guys know what they're doing when I see it, and with that red color. So when you match it with the red Korg, it's just like, oh, you double know what you're doing, my friend. So
Flying through space.
that's right. That's awesome.
That's what it is.
When you're coming up with keyboard lines and everything like that, are you listening to guitar lines, bass lines, drums, just kind of looking to see where you can fill in the missing section?
Absolutely everything. I try to listen to everything that every player does because I think there's so much to be had from every perspective of the band. So when I'm listening to music, I try to emulate, I love the rhythm guitar and what that adds to a song. Obviously you love the drums like James Brown. Horn lines are incredible, and obviously piano too, it's all good. I try to motto my playing after all of that, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we were bringing up the album that you guys had done live. Where was the venue? The one that's up on Spotify. There's a live CD.
Three Heads Brewing.
And that's in Rochester.
Right in Rochester, New York.
Awesome. So, have you guys talked about doing? I know some bands are like their albums aren't a thing anymore. They're talking about doing EPs or single songs and blah blah blah. Are you guys looking to record an album anytime soon? EP, any of that, anything like that?
Well, yeah, definitely in the works, right? You want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Whoever, anybody chime in, everybody can, yeah.
Well, yeah, we got a ton of new material that we've written, a ton of new material that we're still writing.
Right.
We just have to get the recording process underway. I think most of it's written.
That's great.
So it'll be out soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thinking maybe like springtime next year. We're thinking maybe springtime next year.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Maybe.
Let's go.
Yeah.
2025.
I like
for
that.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
2025 for
Has a lot of
sure.
wiggle room.
Yeah, that's great. No, wiggle room is needed in this.
Give yourself time.
Yeah,
Give yourself
exactly. Because
time.
why rush?
We
why
want it to
rush
be
art?
good.
Yes. Why rush
Right.
art? Do you guys have a bunch of shows coming up? Everybody, if somebody wants to check you guys out, webpage, Instagram, Facebook, what's the best way for everybody to follow you guys?
Usually we do a lot of posting on Instagram and our website, judahtheband.com.
Awesome.
Also, our Instagram is Judah the Band, so you can find us at Judah the Band anywhere
Awesome.
on all the platforms and all that. So.
Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Like I said, I get to pick all of these projects, and from the visuals to the music, I was like, yeah, I am all aboard with you guys. So please keep it up. I can't wait to get a bunch of live stuff and see you guys rock out tonight. But thank you guys for sitting down with me and letting us all see and hear the gear later on that we're going to get here. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.